Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today I'm doing a bit of an experiment based on some videos that I've seen from a guy from Nick online who essentially answers questions on their YouTube channel, and I thought to myself there's a lot of questions I have not answered or comments I haven't responded to. So let me see how this works. Essentially, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael Tabirade, and I help professionals, ambitious professionals, navigate the world in such a way in order for them to build a portfolio career that allows them to flourish. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially a career that you build for yourself as opposed to pursue. So let's get into the questions. So we're on the back end of my YouTube channel. So let's go into community. So the first thing is such practical advice. Thanks for sharing this. And let's just even see what this is just to make sure it's all good. So the 4 new rules for job hunting. Yeah, do you know what I was pretty much saying here is that you essentially need to think like a strategist as opposed to somebody who needs to fit into some sort of job description. And I think if you think more like a strategist, you have more of the opportunity to really find problems that can help your end client, because it's not just about organizations that you work for and all that kind of stuff there. It's more about how can you find opportunities in the market. It's a very difficult market right now, I'll be very honest. But at the same time, there are sectors, there are industries that are, I guess, really big right now in terms of employing more people. I've said this before. Finance, insurance, tech, professional services, admin and support, arts, education, and the public sector. So those are the 7 main ones, so to speak. I think it was 7 at least anyway. So yeah, thank you. And of course, you could do all these standard things that I speak to as well. So I'm just going to say here and reply. Thank you very much. Yeah, just leave it like that. I think also what I could say is make sure to ensure you look at the industries to see where the opportunities lie. And I think what I would say to this person as well, and I know this person, Raj is part of the team, so they're a cool person and stuff, but they also consume my content, which is pretty good. I'd also say that check out previous videos I've done in relation to talking about the industries and stuff. So let's click on this. Next thing, you are always giving insightful advice. Love your channel. I really appreciate that. So I want to say thank you. I really appreciate this. Fantastic. Thank you, Martha. I appreciate you, man. Like, you didn't have to say this, but you did. I'm trying. Let's just smile. Cool. Let's just reply to that. And I think let's just see what she is talking about. So here we got the traditional social contract of work is off. The world is changing, requiring us to be more agile by nature. This shift places more risk on the individual, which means we must develop a more savvy mindset to build a sustainable future. What do I mean by this? So I guess what I'm saying here is that even though people feel like working a 9 to 5 means that the risk is on the employer, that isn't necessarily true, because we've seen in many instances where the employer has just got rid of a lot of people. Let's say for example, X was an example, I think at the beginning of the year or previously, where 80% of staff got rid of. You had other instances with the public sector where West Streeting announced that actually NHS England will be no more because it's a complicated quango, and actually there'd be 6,000 to 12,000 individuals either out of work or subconsumed in a Department of Health and Social Care. And of course, there are other examples as well. And so really, this is all to say that you have to position yourself in such a way where you create resilience. And this is why I talk about portfolio career. It's an opportunity for you to, I guess, design work in such a way that makes sense for you. So yeah, really, really, really appreciate that, Martha. Thank you very much. So next we have Divine Sarah. We'll like that. So you are clear thinking. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We got one from cookieware-m3s. So Shayla and Angelina should not be allowed to run this show. I think this is spam, so I'm just gonna remove it, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. Yeah, remove it. Yasmina Lyons. So unexpected effort of contacting, I think you were meant to say contracting, is hostility. in some companies from others who don't like you paid more despite not knowing how to do your skill. I specialize in AI. I hear what you're saying here, and I think what she's basically saying is that in this video, I probably spoke about the fact that there are some companies and people within those companies who don't like the fact that you've come in making more money, you know? And so with those things in mind, I would say you just have to be the ultimate professional, you know? This means understanding your craft. This means understanding actually where they're coming from as well, but also delivering value, okay? So haters gonna hate, you know what I mean? And I don't say this in a negative way. I say this in a way where it's like, people will always hate on things that sometimes they just don't understand. You know, they don't understand that you have to take into consideration your own benefits, your own pension, your own insurances, finding your own work, making sure you provide value, managing the anxiety that comes with looking for a new contract or new clients or whatever it may be. So I hear what you're saying. I think what I'm going to say here is I totally hear what you're saying. With this, it's about making sure that we as freelancers and contractors, we are the ultimate professionals who provide the right level of value so that nobody can say anything about what we deliver. Keep on winning. That's what I'm going to say. Keep on winning. Let's see. So I totally hear you. This with this, it's about making sure that freelancers, we are ultimate professionals. Keep on winning. And actually, I think she said she's in the space as well. So what I'm going to do is reply. I think I actually saw her profile, and let's just check. This is a bit of free promo. So she teaches this stuff here, and actually I saw her videos, and the last one was 4 months ago. So Yasmina, if you are watching this, make sure you continue. Don't stop. In fact, I'm going to say this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the posts, and I'm going to say another reply. Also, I've just checked out your YouTube channel. You're doing some amazing stuff. I definitely want to see more videos from you. So keep on pushing on. That's what I'm going to say. Keep on pushing on. And you know, sometimes these things are a bit weird. If you're wondering what I'm using to do this, as in the sort of like voice to text and all that kind of stuff there, essentially I'm using something called Voice Notes AI. Okay, Voice Notes AI. Essentially what happened is that I paid for a one-off fee, and I think it was called a Believer subscription. It was only £50, and I've paid £50 once, and that's it. So what this does is it allows me to do voice notes, and the AI will transcribe that, put it into summaries. I can ask questions into an AI chatbot. I can copy that text and put it into other stuff there. I can do voice to text. So yeah, this is what is allowing me to do it. There are many things out there anyway, but this is what I personally use. Next we got here, cheers Michael, I've been offered an inside contract, never even heard of them before, the term before. This helps as I've only read downside so far, so cheers dude. I'm gonna say here, first of all, super congratulations for getting your first contract. This is a big win, especially in the market that we're in. And secondly, I appreciate this comment. I'm glad I was able to help. Yeah, just leave it there. Again, I'm doing this for the first time, so you're gonna see everything in terms of how I respond and stuff. Glad. And you'll realize I like to have exclamation marks because I'm more of an energy person, and all that kind of stuff there. I could use FN if I press FN on my Mac to basically bring up the emojis thing, but because I use FN for this voice note thing, it's not gonna work. So and let's just do one here as well. Cool. Really good stuff. Knobhead 10. what a funny name. Anyway, we've got here, appreciate the content, bro. Thank you, appreciate the support. I think I'll do that. That's really cool. Then we've got Client Media 08. So we got here, hey Michael Tabirade. That's very formal. I saw your video on YouTube and it was amazing, and I must say you are providing great value to your audience. I was wondering if you need a video editor, and I'd love to help make it even more engaging. Well, thank you very much, Client Media 08. Appreciate the offer. What I'd say to this is, I don't want an editor right now. I know my videos could be much better edited, but actually the strategy is not to edit. That's actually the strategy. So I'm just going to say here, thank you very much for the kind words and encouragement. Currently, I'm not looking for a video editor, and it will probably be like that for a while. Leave it like that. And then I'd say, hope you have a fantastic weekend. Cool. Keep it nice and PC. Perfect. Did you talk about take-home pay from £500 day rates? I probably did. I don't know. I don't remember. So I guess in relation to, if I type in YouTube and I type in Michael Tabirade and then say £500. Let's just do this very quickly. Oh, not sure why it did that. Essentially, yes, I think, let's just see. Maybe you need to check out this video. So let's just go to share, copy. Let's come back. And then let's just say, did you talk about take-home pay from I believe I have somewhere on my YouTube channel. Check out this video. It may have more information. Let's just do that. So I'm gonna paste this in here. Cool. And let's reply. Boom, boom. I need a consultation with you. I'm a consultant and have questions. Cool. Well, it's the same as everyone else. Thanks for your comment. If you'd like to book a consultation, well, there's two ways in which you can do it. The discovery call leads to more coaching sessions, or you can pay for a consultation and send me a direct message on LinkedIn. So you could do either of those. So let's just, so if for anybody who wants to, again, have proper coaching and all that kind of stuff there, this is not a free coaching session. This is for me to understand the need, etc., etc. You can watch this to understand how I help you. And again, you can book a slot, but again, this won't be a coaching session. And there's all these different people that I've helped. I mean, it's not presented the best way. You can check my testimonials page for that. But yeah, you can check it out for yourself. So just make sure this makes sense. Thanks for your comments. If you'd like to book a consultation, well, there's two ways in which you can do it. Discovery call leads to more coaching sessions. Check out the link below. Check out the link below. Or you can pay for a consultation and send me a direct message on LinkedIn. Yeah, and actually let me add my LinkedIn as well. For those of you who don't know, and you probably won't know, I am not really on LinkedIn like that at the moment, or social media. The only social media I'm using is YouTube, and really that's a search engine. So I've taken it all off my phone because I'm like, I need to focus. I need to stop getting distracted. So apologies for delays in responses, etc., etc. Thanks. Who's this? So this is, so the previous one was Sogal60. This person is Minnow or Minnow, or I think it's Minnow One Say. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying something else. I'm not laughing at your name, by the way, just the way I've said it. Thanks. I'm recently early retired and have had an idea for setting up a consultancy company or agency, and the words in your title were the exact terms that I put in the search engine. Wow, that's amazing. That's really good feedback. Thank you very much. So naturally, yours was the first video that popped up, and it was really very helpful. Thank you, Michael. And Minnow One Say, I'm going to say, firstly, thank you very much for providing this feedback to me. It really helps to understand and shape future content. So I'll definitely take that into consideration. Secondly, I'm wishing you all the best with starting up your consultancy. I think the third thing to say is a lot of the people that I've sat down and had consultations with have been people who want to set up their own consultancy. So I'm just going to leave it there. I've said best of luck already. Really helps you understand it. Let's break up a bit, and then you're on the money. You're on the money. So let's just post that. And I think what I want to say to this is that there are a lot of preconceived ideas around a consultancy. You know, what it should look like, what it should look like. And the reality is, if I'm being honest with you, consultancy is essentially somebody providing services who has clientele and who has some sort of value to offer. And depending on who you're providing that consultancy to, it will be sat within a certain structural type that's set up by a legal team and or an accountant. And so what I'm really saying is, if you have a limited company, if you have intellectual property and a service to deliver, and if you have a way to deliver that service, you have a consultancy of some sorts. You know, what you need for that is clients, and you need all of that kind of jazz to essentially help deliver on that consultancy. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. This has been about 16 minutes. So yeah, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And if you like this type of content, then I'll do more of it. And if you don't, then I'll stop. And I'll only know if you comment under this video. If you say you want content like this, if you have questions yourself, if more questions are coming, and actually if you like and subscribe as well, of course. As you know already, I have my coaching offer. So if you would like a clarity call, then we can sit down and have a call where I essentially go through what you need in order for you to build the portfolio career that you're looking for, and then develop a report and roadmap for you in order for you to understand what your next steps are. This is detailed. This is not just siphoned off to AI or whatever it may be, but this is based on some very specific questions I ask after the discovery call that we have if you're looking to go forward, and you get the recordings of the videos and all that kind of stuff there. So really, really good stuff. It's not going to be as expensive as, you know, my other offers where you have standard coaching, all of that kind of stuff there. So if this is something you're interested in, let me know. I have been thinking about starting a community, and actually, depending on when you're watching this probably be a bit premature. I've probably ramped up the videos way more, very similar to the 90-day challenge that I did from February to, I can't do 3 months, but is it February, March, April? Yeah, April. So I think it was actually the beginning of May. So yeah, anyway, if you want to see more videos centered around, again, contracting, portfolio careers, independent consulting, just navigating within the space, personal branding, then feel free to like this video and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. And as always, my friends, understand, reach, and expand. Peace.